let's get into this brokenness. Um, I I've been broken. I haven't found myself in too many broken situations, just because of the type of person that I am. I would say, if if anything throws me off, or if I feel like anything that don't feel good, stress, anxiety, a deep sadness, depression, all that stuff. When I find myself like even coming close to that stuff, I say, okay, Shayna, let's sit down. Let's try to self-reflect. Let's try to figure out what's going on, because you don't like this feeling. This feeling don't really make you too cool of a person. So let's figure out what's going on. So the few times that I have found myself broken, or I'll say in a hurting or painful season, I've noticed or realized that disobedience played a lot into it. Just not listening, not following that intuition. So I've just learned that disobedience I have found myself in a lot of broken and hurtful places due to just disobedience. I know the one time that I was broken to my core was the death of my grandfather. I had never felt anything like that ever. It broke me to my core. So I do also know pain that comes with life, heartbreak that just comes with life. Death is just a part of the circle of life. It's going to happen. We're all going to feel that pain of losing someone that we love. So that's a pain that's inevitable. But then, the ones that we can avoid, not all pain you have to go through or you have to feel. So the ones that we can avoid, those are the ones that you just kind of have to do a lot of self-reflecting on who you are and, why you're repeating cycles, if it's cycles or whatever. So I tend to find myself doing that when I feel like I'm out of whack. And I've noticed that when I hear that still small voice, and when that intuition tell me something, don't do that, Shayna. Don't go there, Shayna. Don't hang with this one, Shayna. Don't get involved with that one, Shayna. When I've learned that when I don't follow that, it ends in heartbreak. It ends in pain. It ends in not feeling good. And then what happens if we don't self-reflect and if we don't grow, we just become a part of the problem. Because now it's everybody like that. All men do that. All women do that. I'm never going to care about this person. I don't have to deal with that family member. I don't have to, it just becomes screw everybody. So we become a part of the problem. So yeah, I've learned to not be a part of the problem. Let's try to fix the problem. Because there's a lot of us hurting. There's a lot of hurt. And not that you want to feel it. People are looking for outlets. We want to feel good. We want to really be whole. We want to really figure this life out. You really want to love, and not even on a romantic thing, but you just want to love freely and love genuinely. And I know a lot of the reasons why we can't walk into that is due to just the stuff that we've been through and the mud that's on our hearts. So it kind of makes it hard. I am a really strong person, very, very strong person. And I know that I'm a strong person. I know a friend of mine, she's very strong as well, but she was saying that she's starting to look at the word strong negatively because of, I guess, how people tend to treat the strong person. We kind of get overlooked, or we kind of get looked at as, we don't really have to be treated certain type of ways, or you don't really have to care about our feelings and our emotions because we seem to be able to take more or care about, take more or can go through more. And granted, I will say, I know who I am. So I know that my shoulders can carry a little more than some others. I know that about myself. I believe it's just something that God gave me to be such a strong person. And I do find myself at times feeling like the way my friend feels, feeling like I'm neglected as a strong person. People don't really take my feelings serious. People feel like they can tend to do a little more with me, as in bad wise, or a little less when it comes to showing that they care and that they love, because it's like, she's strong, she understands, she got it. But I have realized though with growth that it is something God gave me. I am a really strong person, so I take pride in being strong. And I have also realized that my strength, it's for others. So if God made me this strong, he made me this strong for others. So I'm getting to the place where it's like, I got you, girl. I got you, bro. Like, what's up? What it is, what you need, what you need to talk about, what we got to go through, who tires we got to go slash, who knows we got to go bust out. No, I'm kidding. Not that friend. Never been that friend. Because I don't want nobody slashing and breaking my windows out, slashing my tires and breaking my window out. But I've realized to just, if I have the strength, give it to the person who needs it. Be there for the person who needs it. And I've also realized that I don't get the satisfaction. I don't get the satisfaction in something else from other people to help me when I feel like I'm weak. When I'm weak, he's strong. So I truly tug on God for strength. And I truly, go to a place of worship and get into my word when I need strength. Only because I've seen how fickle people are, and it's not to no one. So it's not nothing that I hold on to. But I've realized that I can't find what I need. I won't find what I think I need for my strength in humans or in this world. So I've learned definitely to just God, I'm feeling weak. I feel like I don't really have much, and I don't really have much left in me to give to people. And he just replenishes me, and then I be strong, y'all. Like what? All the weights of the world can be on these shoulders. No, they can't. But I just get strong. So it's who I am. I'm a very, very strong person, very genuine person. I'm genuine. I love freely and openly. I'm straightforward. I'm a no nonsense person now. So just because I'm saying I love freely, that don't mean I'm out here like, let's hug all the trees and bake cupcakes and catch butterflies. No. What you doing? Who you are? Okay, I got you. but I am a let's hug the trees and bake cupcakes person too. But I am definitely a straightforward, no nonsense person. Headstrong. I can go from 0 to 75 million real quick. Just like that. I'm at 0 to 75 million. So I know I got a little spark to me. Calm down, Shayna. I got a little bit of that. I also go from 75 million to 0 just that quick. So I can be and then be right back like, okay, so what we eating? And I'm like that with everybody. It ain't even got nothing to do with a romantic relationship. I be in the house with my son like, hey, get that, do this. Didn't I tell you that? See, I ain't got time for none of this. And then we'll sit down and be like, I know I said I was gonna cook, but let's go to Chipotle. He probably be looking at me like, did you not just snap on me? And did you not just say that I'm the reason why you spending all this money on food? But whatever. So I know I got a little thick in me. But again, I love people though. So I'm genuine. I am genuine. I really do believe in treating people how you want to be treated. I really do believe in never ever thinking you're better than people, never ever thinking that you're the junk and you got more than the next person, and no, count yourself lowly among those. So I try my hardest to live by that. I really, really do. And I guess that's where the genuineness comes out in me, and the love that comes out in me. And this is a love that I grew up around, because I come from a very loving and caring family on both sides of my family too, my mom and my dad's side. I just come from a loving, caring family. I also come from strong people on both sides of my family. So strong people, no nonsense people, but very, very loving and caring. Like we're going to take care of the next man. So that's the loving in me. And then that's how I grew up. But then the love that I had to learn in Christ. So granted, it was something that I grew up around, but just because of who I am, that straightforwardness and that stuff can roll off my shoulder and I not really even care for real, not even care. I had to learn that there's a different kind of love that we have to walk in. A genuine love that in our own might, you could never. So a broken point, me breaking, losing someone that I love. My grandfather died in 2010. And right before this though, it just came to me. Right before this, I was kind of like going through a hurting season out of disobedience, and it just hit me. Disobedience in a relationship. Good guy. I don't date bad men, if that makes sense, but I've realized that I haven't dated listening to God, so I end up broken or hurt because I'm in something that I wasn't supposed to be in. But was hurting, going through a hurting season with that. In my disobedience, it was just coming, God was just dissolving the relationship the way that he had to, because I wouldn't listen and get out of it. So I was already kind of in a hurting place, and then a few months later, my grandfather died. So that broke me. I mean, broke me, y'all. And that was 11 years ago. And granted, I have learned from that, and a lot of beauty has come out of that broken place. But even 11 years later, I still sit here like, can we just go back in time and just give me a day? Or it was just so much to learn from him. Even to the point I just tell myself, like, he was such an amazing man. He was such a good man. It's just like, I wanted him around for my future husband, to just see how amazing he was, to learn from him. So that broke me. Even for my son, it was just like, who's going to show my son how to be an amazing man? Who's going to show my son how to love? He loved his family. He cared for us. He took care of us. It's just, you just don't see it. You didn't see it. I've never seen anything like it. And I'm not saying that there's not men out there like it. I know there's a lot of good men out there. But my grandfather loved us. It was nothing we had to want for. It was nothing that, and when I say us, I'm talking about his 6 daughters that he had, his 12 grandchildren that he had at the time, and his two great grands with one on the way at the time. And he loved all of us. He took care of all of us, including my grandmother. So when he died, it was just like, I would never find a man that's going to measure up to that. And the man I do find, now he can't learn from him. It was almost like that. Like, I know I'm going to find an idiot, but at least the idiot would have my grandfather around. They could teach him how to be a good man. So now it's just like, I'm going to be stuck with an idiot whenever he comes. But no, so it broke me, guys. It broke me. And it broke me to the place where I don't know if I was angry at God, but I kind of got to a point where it was just like, okay, God, I don't understand this. This don't feel good. You got it. You on the center stage. I'm gonna let you show me who you are, because I grew up in a church, y'all. And so I knew of God, and I went through all the motions of being in a Christian home, growing up in a Christian family. But when that happened, I was 20 years old. I was 20 when that happened. It was kind of like, okay, I need to know you for myself, because this is a pain that nothing can help. I've not tried to figure it out, to the point where I read up on other religions and tried to figure it out and tried to find other things, and really felt alone and felt like no one understood me, had no one. So it was kind of like, okay, let me go back to what I was taught and let me get to know you, because I don't really know you low key. But what I do know about you right now is that you just took an amazing man. And granted, my grandfather was ready to go. So, of course, with growth, I can say that he was ready to go. He was tired. He had fought his fight. So now I'm happy he's not here with us and he's not going through that pain. And then to even know for how long, the years he lived with pain for us, for his family. Oh, y'all, he was a good man. Jesus Christ, he was a good man. So yeah, that brokenness just had me in a place where it was like, okay, God, if you are who they say you are, now one of them, look at us, because we think God be lying. So it was like, okay, if you are who they say you are, I'm gonna openly, as an adult now, I'm gonna really try to get to know who you are. I'm gonna read your little Bible, right? And I'm gonna see if you can show me why this happened. So it was on that. Like, I'm coming to you because I need to know why this happened. And if you are who you say you are, you will let me know why this happened. Now, of course, now that I can talk about it, It happened because death happens. Like, everybody's going to die. Especially, I mean, people, we all got to die. But yeah, that was me. So you can tell me why this happened. Because he had to die. Because you got to die one day too. But anyway. So yeah, guys, I got my little Bible and I started reading the Bible from Genesis, and I read it all the way to Revelations. And I read it again, trying to prove God to be a liar almost. Like, there's no way you can let people hurt like this in this world. And there's no way this is the pain that we're supposed to feel, and you love us. So yeah, I read his Bible to try to prove him to be a liar. Like, there's no way I'm this broken and this is what happens in this life. And y'all, what I got out of it was life-changing. It has changed me. And you know what I got out of it? I got the authenticity of love, genuine love. I read that Bible and just saw how God loved his people. Now, God don't play. He don't play with us. But he loves us deep. It's a deep love. And it showed me how, as loving as I thought I was, or even as much as loving as I thought I had for my grandfather that has not died, and I can't figure out why God would do this. He showed me that, girl, you don't know how to love people. And oh yeah, I know for a fact I didn't know how to love these mother sons. Didn't know how to love them. Still don't know if I know how to love them. That's another story though. But God showed me. He just showed me and just showed me the type of love that we are called to walk in and who we're supposed to be. So it wrecked me, y'all. It wrecked me, and it changed my life forever. So now all of who I am and all of my character traits I'm really a selfless person. I'm really a helpful person. I really do care about people. I'm really genuine. Now all of those good traits in me, it made it more clear for why I have to walk in those and be intentional in walking in my good traits, and for being intentional in being loving for when my bad traits do come to the forefront. The love covers them. Love covers the multitude of sins. So it just really showed me something powerful. So I'm here today. I'm here with this because I found myself here recently in another, do I want to say broken? Yeah, a broken place, and not broken due to disobedience, but not broken in a dramatic way, if that makes sense, but broken because it's something God had to do to me to help me relate with a whole nother kind of people, a different level of brokenness that people experience. Because if you can try your hardest to be there for people and care about people and try your hardest to relate to them, but honestly, if you haven't been through it, your empathy can get a little fake if you're just not a genuine person when it comes to showing empathy towards people. So I guess it was just a brokenness that God had to just show me for just a little bit. I had to feel it just a little bit to understand, to have a different level of empathy now for a different kind of hurt that people experience. And that's why this was birthed. I know that a lot of us hurt. A lot of us has been broken. A lot of us has gone through some things. You hear me? And outside of the pain and the heartbreak that a lot of us has gone through that is inevitable, there's a lot of pain and heartbreak that a lot of us go through because we just don't listen. That's just what it is. Call it for what it is. I've even noticed with the people that I have interviewed, and when I ask people to tell us, those of us that are watching, tell people about themselves so that we can kind of get an idea of the person who you're talking to and an idea of who they are when you hear their story and how they may handle things. And nobody talk about the bad in them. It's almost like a funeral service. Don't nobody talk about the bad, and that's fine. We ain't got to talk about the bad at your funeral service. But in real life though, you should be very much so self-aware of who you are, your bad and your good. Because your bad is going to tend to find you in more broken places than your good will. So I think we should know, those little those little nicks and knacks about us that say, okay, maybe it is that hot-headedness about me that got me here. Maybe it is that rebelliousness in me that got me there, or that selfishness. And, hard-headed. I'm just plain old hard-headed. I don't learn. I don't listen. You should just know who you are so that you'll know how to avoid certain things, to avoid heartbreak. So I'm working on self-awareness. I try to be very, very real with myself about who I am. I try to be very, very real with myself about people, so that I'm not putting more on people to be more than what they really can't be, especially because there's so many of us broken. I can't expect you to love genuinely if you feel like loving has only led you to heartbreak. I can't expect you to genuinely care for others if you feel like no one genuinely cares for you. I can't expect you to be respectful if you feel like people got to earn respect from you, because people have played over your respect so many times. So I can't expect you to just be respectful because you just be respectful. It almost just goes to just treating people how you want to be treated. So I'm walking in that. I'm walking in just being intentional about just being good to people, because you just be good to people. Even if people are horrible and bad, that's on them. And it goes back to who I am. Y'all, I don't like feeling... I realized when I was 19 in college, I was stressing over a small situation. I want to say maybe some dude had lied to me about something. Y'all, I can't stay. I know people say they don't like liars, but because I'm so authentic and I'm so genuine, I don't like a liar. That junk blows me. You hear me? I don't care what you lying about. Don't tell me we going out on Friday, and then when Friday come, I don't hear from you. You're a liar. And now, because I'm cutthroat and to the point, stage left. I don't even know who you are no more. Like, for real, I don't know who you are no more. But no, I want to say somebody just probably lied to me about something simple too. I really don't know. Maybe he lied about, okay, I'm gonna come pick you up from the dorm, because I was in the dorms then. So now I'm really mad because I don't really want to be in the dorms. And then I'm in somebody's dorm that I'm not supposed to be in. So now it's like 3 of us in the dorm. Shout out to Tallahassee fam, you all my rattlers. It's like 3 of us in a 2-person dorm. So it's probably something, I really don't even know what it was, y'all. But I know I had letting this situation get to me. And get to me to the point where he was just telling me, like, see, this how they all are. They all lie. So now it was just like, screwed up. Do you, boo-boo. Like, it was just one of those, like, get money. They ain't bought nothing. But yeah, so I think I started turning into that person. But my skin started breaking out, y'all, right? I've never really suffered with acne, never really had skin problems. I thought now as an adult, I suffer with more acne than I did when I was a teenager or in college, which is so weird. But my skin started breaking out. And of course, you go through all the emotions of what I'm eating? Is it, what I'm doing different? Is the makeup and all that kind of stuff? And I think I had stopped. I wasn't really wearing a lot of makeup like that when I was in high school. You know what? Maybe I did. In college, it probably was a lot of makeup. But now when I look back at my college pictures, I look like I was going through something with all the eyeshadow and all of that, or whatever. So stopped wearing makeup, started trying to figure out what was it, and my skin was breaking out. So now it was time to search within, and the stress, or the I can't even tell you what it was that I had let this man, or that I let him do, but I had let a human, something that's human. We all lie. I had lied to dudes. I had said I was going to show up and didn't show up. But because my selfishness was like, you can't do that to me. Don't tell me you go do something and don't do it. You had done it, Shayna. So it was just like, we don't think like that, but whatever. But my skin started breaking out. And I was like, oh no, I can't do this. I can't be out here with these pimples on my face and going through that. And like, oh, this what stress does? Like, this is what letting stuff get to you do? Like, oh no, girl. We can't do this no more then. And I made the decision then, I won't let anything get to me. I'm not letting, and not in a way where stuff doesn't matter so it don't get to me, but now it's just like I gotta find, I gotta assess situations now before I start harboring stuff. Or no, I'm not gonna harbor anything. So let me assess the situation, let me assess myself, and let me assess my faith. what am I even believing or doing at this point? I do believe warning comes. We all get warning. So it's like, what didn't I not listen to? Maybe he wasn't somebody I need to be dealing with at the time anyway. So the fact that you already dealing with something you ain't supposed to be doing, and now they lying, or they're being human, you get all discombobulated. So yeah, I made a decision then, like, no, we're not stressing about anything. We're gonna try to be intentional about listening, and be intentional about paying attention to the warning signs when it comes to things. Listening to that small voice that say, don't do that, don't go there, don't hang with that one, don't link up with that one, stop doing this, that ain't good for you, that ain't healthy, stop eating that. Them hips go spread, them hips go get wide, like, stop eating that. Don't lay with this one. Like, if we would just listen to that still small voice, I think it'll save us a lot of heartbreak as well too. But this is why this channel was created, for people, for us, to talk about it, to hear stories, to just talk about it. Everyone who talks about it, everyone who's here, whose stories you're going to see, everyone's not whole, everyone's not still broken, but all of us have felt pain. All of us have been broken. All of us have had our hearts torn. So listen to our stories. Maybe hear something that you can relate to. Find yourself in our stories. Be encouraged by our stories. Find healing from our stories. Hopefully, for those of us that are whole, or for those of us that have grown, that have found growth out of pain, hopefully it encourages you to find your growth. It encourages you to just fight to live another day. Life is tough. It is. I'm not here to say life isn't tough, but life is beautiful too. It's beautiful. So when you can find the beauty in life, when you can find the beauty, or when you can find the lessons in things that felt like losses, is that a word? Losses. That was a losses. That ain't no word. If you can find the lesson in things that felt like it was a loss, if you can find your lessons and your losses, only L I took was losses. I'm sorry, y'all. I have these moments. See, this a part of who I am too. I guess I'm a little crazy. But if you can learn the lesson in heartbreak and in pain, I think it makes us all better people. I think it helps us all when it comes to showing genuine empathy to people, towards people. It get us out of a selfishness, and it does really help you be selfless. Because now I have been there. I can feel where you're coming from, and because I know I didn't like the feeling, and because I know it really did hurt, I can care a little more for you now. I can try to be there for you a little more. It strengthens me. It makes me stronger to know that I've been where you was. I felt your pain, and even if I'm still in it and still trying to, find my way out of it, because I know this pain runs deep, I can now be what I'm supposed to be to you as your sister and as your brother. So that's what this is for, guys. I really, 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 really hope and pray that somebody finds healing out of this, that someone hears it and relates to it. I know life can make us feel like it's overwhelming. It can be overwhelming at times. Put your phone down. Turn your phone off after a certain time and just breathe and decompress. Stop scrolling through stuff. Like, just breathe. And especially if you're hurt. If you're in a hurt season right now and you're broken, hey, put that phone down. Like, decompress. Read a book. Open your Bible. Whether you believe or not, just open it at this point. Because at this point, when you've been so low and you've been broken so bad, what do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? Read the darn Bible. Maybe you might get something out of it. Heck, if you don't believe, the book of Proverbs is just a beautiful thing to read anyway, for just wisdom. So read the book of Proverbs if you don't want to do anything else. But yeah, let's take from this. These, again, I keep saying these are our stories because they are our stories. They're all of our stories. We are who we are. But we don't have to let pain define us. Don't let pain define you. Don't let heartbreak be your misery, your story. Don't let heartbreak be what defines your life. You know, cycles of just brokenness. Don't let that be what defines you. So yeah, enjoy, guys. Enjoy.
1, 2, 3.
Like a smile, 'cause this road won't be easy.